guys doing? I've been really looking forward to making this video. So in this video I'm going to teach you 7 ways to overcome social anxiety. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, like and share this video if you enjoy it, and you can follow me on Instagram. So make sure you stay to the end of this video because I'm going to give you 2 bonus tips, techniques that I use for my social anxiety. It's changed my life and I've never shared this with anyone. So make sure you stay to the end of the video. Right, so I think I cut myself shaving here, by the way, so if you can see a bit of blood, it's because I cut myself, right? These things happen. Okay, number 1, you must set yourself a goal. Otherwise you won't have the motivation to face your social fears. It's so important, I can't stress that enough. So for example, your goal, if you're a guy, could be to get a girlfriend. That could be, you know, the driving force behind why you want to face your social anxiety, because you want to obviously get over your anxieties and find a loving relationship. Another example could be for men and for women, you want to make new friends, or you want to make a particular friend, and obviously to do that you have to start socializing and facing your fear. Another goal could be because you want to become a good public speaker. So it doesn't matter what the goal is, but what matters is that you define what your goal is. Believe me, this is going to save you a lot of time and hassle. So have a think about that, and if some of you want, you can let me know in the box below, what is your main goal? Because if you don't have a goal, you will not be driven and you will not be inspired and motivated to go and face something that is difficult. I'm not going to lie, it was difficult for me many times, and it's a frightening thing, social anxiety. It can be very stressful, nerve-wracking, but stay on some of these tips because it doesn't have to be that way forever. Number 2, you must practice talking to people a lot in a short chunk of time, and I'll explain what I mean by that. Momentum is social anxiety's worst enemy, right? If social anxiety was a person, or it had like awareness, it doesn't like momentum. Momentum is how you defeat social anxiety, and the way that you build momentum is by practicing continuously or consecutively for like 30 days in a row. If you socialize for a month in a row, right, and within that could be going on a date, or going to a group meeting, or meeting up with a friend, or going to a family gathering, or going out in public, however you do it, it doesn't really matter. What matters is that you put that practice in, because what happens with social anxiety is at the start, most people, this was the case for me, have a lot of anxiety. When they go into social situations, they get triggered and they feel anxious and they feel embarrassed, and it's hard to hold eye contact, and you're scared to start a conversation because you're worried that you might say something silly, people might judge you, or you might upset people or offend people. You're kind of scared to have your opinion and express yourself. So when you start practicing, day 1 will be difficult, but by the time you get to day 5, day 10, it's going to be a lot easier. You're going to feel a lot more confident around people, a lot more relaxed, and that's because the momentum that has been built. And basically what it is practice makes perfect, or practice makes confidence. So your body, your mind, your emotional system, it remembers, it gets used to the stress that social situations will bring for you personally, and then you start becoming more accustomed or more desensitized to managing the feelings of fight or flight, or, you know, on social anxiety, all those emotions, the anxiety, the panic. You start to be able to relax within all those feelings and those situations, and that's why you've got to build momentum. Because a lot of people with social anxiety make the mistake of, they take long breaks out of socializing with people, they isolate themselves, they avoid social situations. And stay on to the rest of the tips because I'll explain how you can overcome that. So that's very important. Like I said, set the goals, your goal, and then make a point of practicing for a month or 2 months or 6 months, and you'll be so happy that you've done this, I promise you. And you don't owe me any thanks, but generally people usually write to me a year later saying, you changed my life, the advice you gave me on social anxiety, I practiced it for 6 months and now I'm a different person. Number 3, it's really important, guys and girls, whoever's listening, don't give up when you have a bad day. Everyone has bad days, especially when you're conquering and overcoming your social anxiety, right? I had many bad days, and a bad day could look something like this for you. So you go out and you go into a shop and you're buying your groceries or your food, and then you find yourself not being able to make eye contact with a shop assistant or person serving you, and you're not able to express yourself, or maybe you get nervous and awkward and you freeze up, or you leave the social situation abruptly, and then you feel bad after you come home and you think, oh, I'm less of a person, I've embarrassed myself, I got awkward, people saw it. You have to be very careful to be positive even when things don't go well. And what will happen is, later on, you'll be thankful that you went through those bad days, because those bad days will make you stronger. They'll give you more experience, they'll give you the confidence, and that will propel you to have many good days ahead, and you'll have a really good future. And if I could stress the most important tip out of all the ones I'm giving you today, which all work, as you can probably tell, I've come from social anxiety myself. The most important one I could give people, guys and girls, is do not quit when you have a bad day, because you're going to have them. You're going to have days where you just can't express yourself in the way that you want to, or you get anxious, or you get a bit embarrassed in front of someone. It's called life, and you have to keep moving forward and not letting it make you feel like you're not good enough. You are good enough. It's just a bad day and you got anxious. It's not a crime to get anxious. Okay, number 4. You've got to find a hobby that you enjoy doing. I'm going to explain why. Very simple. I'll just give you an example to help you, right? My hobby for a long time has been making YouTube videos. I love making videos, you can probably tell, right? I love helping people, inspiring. I like getting on the camera, sharing my ideas, talking, editing. I love the whole creative process. When you've got something that you enjoy and you love, whatever it is, it doesn't matter what other people think about it, as long as you enjoy it, it gives you confidence. It gives you a purpose in life. It makes you feel valued. You know, it gives you that positive energy. So when you're going into social situations and you're nervous, yeah, you're going to be nervous, you're going to have some anxiety, that's normal, but you're going to have this confidence and happiness, and it's going to help you to connect with people more. You know, you're going to actually enjoy talking to people, you're going to like yourself more, and you'll feel that way about other people, because it's usually, obviously, a lot of how we go about our life is we project our fears or insecurities, or we project our strong points onto people. So people will appreciate you more, and you're going to enjoy your life more. And if you haven't got a hobby, you're going to feel bad about that. You're going to feel like you've got no purpose in life. What's the point of anything? So that will give you anxiety in itself. So if you can't think of a hobby at the moment, don't stress yourself out. Get an action plan, get a pad of paper, sit down for an hour or two, and just start making notes and getting ideas out, and you'll eventually figure out what it is that you're passionate about. Or go for a walk in the park for an hour, or go for a cycle or workout, and kind of meditate on it, and it will come to you eventually. It will help you so much. Number 5, tell someone you trust and you love about your social anxiety. And the reason I say that is, when I was going through really bad social anxiety, the first person I can remember I told was my mum, right? Got a good relationship with my mum. And then I told like my parents, dad, and people after. It helped me. It stopped me feeling like it's blackmailing me, making me feel ashamed, or I'm hiding things from people, or I have these issues. By confessing it, and obviously make sure you tell someone you can trust, whoever it is, your parent, your friend, anybody that you trust, it will liberate you. It will make you feel like you've got it off your chest, and that will propel you to start overcoming it in the future. So that's really important, I think, to do that. Okay, so that's yeah, that was number 5. Okay, number 6, change your mindset from the usual way of thinking about social situations and talking to people, which is dreading social situations. I know what you're going through. I had it where if you've got a social situation coming up, or you've got to meet someone, you've got to go to dentists or doctors or friends or family or work, you start overthinking. You're worrying about a situation a day before it's even happened, or hours prior to it. Change the mindset. You can do it with strong mental strength, and I know you guys and girls are strong. And tell yourself, I'm excited to go into this social situation. Yeah, I'm going to be nervous. There's going to be some anxiety. I might feel a little shaky on the inside, but I'm going to enjoy it. I'm telling you, that will change everything about your social interactions. It will give you more confidence, and it will help you to overcome this. Last but not least, number 7, surround yourself with positive people. At least one good positive friend that you get along with and that you feel comfortable with, and and you both feel comfortable in each other's company. And I'll just tell you why that's so important. It's so important from a standpoint of being happy in life, but I find if you've got someone that you feel comfortable around and you can be vulnerable and you don't have to be worrying about getting nervous around them, that relationship is so important. That will help you in all your other social situations. It's similar to the hobby point I covered. You're going into social situations with some positive things in your life, a hobby, a friend. It makes a huge difference, right? So they're the 7. I promised for those of you that stayed in, I'm going to give you the 2 bonus ones, right? 3 actually. These are so powerful. And that one is work on your appearance. Now, I'm not a shallow person, and I'm sure most of you are not. If you are, it's fine. But, you know, being smart, taking care of yourself, especially for guys, grooming, you know, cutting your hair, styling your beard, wearing clothes that you feel good in. You know, taking pride in your appearance will massively help you to get over your social anxiety, because if you feel good and you feel good about how you look and what you're wearing, or the style that you're choosing to take on, which is it fits your personality, then you can have more confidence going into social situations. Next one, take up boxing training. I'm not telling you don't have to fight or get punched. Find a local boxing gym and go and do the training. The philosophy is brilliant. Hitting the bag, skipping, you know, shadow boxing, running, circuits. It will change your life. And what I'm going to do is, I made a boxing documentary about a year and a half ago when I was going through my mental health to inspire people. So you can watch that documentary and you might get inspired from seeing me train and me explaining some of the basics. Now, if boxing is not for you, that's fine. You can take up weight training or any physical fitness, aerobics, yoga, anything where you can exercise and get in shape. I'm telling you, when you exercise, you always feel less anxious after. You get all those good endorphins, and if you keep these things up and you practice them regularly, you're going to overcome your social anxiety. Right, this is my personal favourite, right, of all. I know probably a lot of you are very analytical. I am. You think a lot, you analyse. That's fine, I'm like that as well. If you're quite introverted, right, and I'm not labelling anyone, I'm just making a point. I was shy, I was introverted, I'd be in my head a lot, overanalyzing things. A powerful way to overcome social anxiety is to actually start practicing improving your social skills. And I can break some things down. When you're talking to people, start making a point of listening better. A lot of people in general, even people who don't have social anxiety, they don't listen very well when people are talking. They interrupt them, they're thinking about what they want to say next and they're not present, and people don't like that. When you start practicing listening more, you start focusing on yourself and how you're coming across, what people are thinking about you, and it relaxes you more. You'll actually enjoy the conversation more. You'll actually enjoy people's company. So that's one of the areas of social skills that I practice a lot. The next one is practice expressing yourself. When you've got an emotion that comes or an idea, say it, express it. You know, it's fine to be scared, do it anyway. You know, show your vulnerability, show your ideas, express yourself. Get out of caring about what people think about you. So if you practice that, you'll be a good listener, you'll be a good conversationalist. My next tip is learn to get very good at finding out what people love or what they enjoy, what their topic is. I'll give you an example. So for example, probably a lot of you are into self-improvement, self-help, fitness, all that kind of stuff. I love that stuff. That's why I built this YouTube channel. So I could talk to you about that, and that's part of me making this social anxiety video. So me finding out about something that you're passionate about and a hobby or a topic of interest, that gives me something to talk about. That gives me a platform to get to know who you are on a deep level as a person. And you can do that of anyone you speak to. And the quickest way to do that is ask someone a question. Just go, what is it that you're passionate about, or what are you interested in, or what do you like doing? And people will always tell you. Once they give you the information, they might say business or fitness or working out. You can then talk about that, and then that gives you things to talk about. You don't have to worry about running out of things to say. So we'll leave it there. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you subscribe. Remember to become fearless, and let me know in the box below, right? Let me know in the box below. There's an exercise I'm going to give you, a last one. What's the most embarrassing social situation that you've ever been in? And there's a purpose why I'm doing this exercise with a lot of you, because once you can admit to some of these things, you can overcome them and heal from them and not be embarrassed about them. And I'll tell you mine quickly. One of the most embarrassing social situations that I ever experienced was about eight or 9 years ago, I was giving a public lecture, a public talk for the first time, which was on dating and confidence, to about 30 guys. It was helping guys to get confident. And I got paralyzed with anxiety. I started speaking, I was stuttering, I froze, everybody saw it. I was struggling to get my words out. I was so nervous and anxious. But that situation went on to change my life. I became very confident later on. So getting that out and sharing that with you guys and girls today, sharing some of my vulnerabilities, it makes me feel good as well. I get it out. So let me know in the box below one of your situations. I've got many more situations as well, and you probably will get to know more about that if you follow my channel. Obviously, those of you that know me, I don't need to introduce myself. We're friends who know each other for a long time now. So I'll see you next video. Hope you enjoyed the video, and that's how you do it.